What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Strikeout Beer, your least favorite podcast with your pals Alan and Rep Dave. I'm Alan.
I'm Rapid Dave. What's up?
That's what's up.
There you go.
That's what's up, mother. So, brackets, NCAA, it's going on. College basketball. Are you watching? Do you care? Did you fill out a bracket? Tell me.
I mean,
Tell me
I
what
absolutely. We had a 10 people league that we did for Strikeout Beer this year.
Yeah.
Kept it real close knit. Winner takes all. Everybody but one person is paid. But yeah, I mean, absolutely, I'm in. And I made the bracket this morning. I was like kind of just looking at, what is it? I was just looking at Bovada odds. And of course, I was like, there's some that I'm like, let me tell you this right now. It's like,
Tell me.
I don't believe it, but I'm just going to go with it because I got stuff to do today. I got to go. I got to get moving. And one or two, my wife and I stayed up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, just kind of tying one on and enjoying ourselves. And I was like, buddy, I got nothing left in me. I'm exhausted. So I was like, I'm so done. But yeah, no, I have, I think 2 brackets. I think you're in the same 2 as I am in, Strikeout Beer and Old School. So, but I had it on, and as soon as they tipped off this morning at like 11 here in Texas, and I had it on randomly. The golf course I was at had it on as well, so I'm watching it. We went to Boomer Jacks afterwards. They had 3 or 4 games on, but normally I'm sitting there just glued to the TV. But I just had stuff today. I just had stuff to do. Oh, by the way, cheers!
Cheers, mazel mazel, good things. Here we go.
Yeah. Having a little Pabst Light.
Just gonna say, in case you're curious, Pabst Light.
Yeah, some people are like, oh, what's the point of drinking the light stuff? The whole. I'm like, easy. We can all just have fun and enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
Who cares? But there's some people that are like just hardcore, it's got to be the real stuff or whatever.
Right. Well, you got some people who are just like, if we're not going to get drunk, what's the point?
That's one of the comments. I'm like, is that the point? I go, sometimes I like to just have a beer and sit out back.
Right.
And of course, I had a fire going last night. I'm sitting back in the sky was clear here in Texas, North Texas. And I was like, it's a gorgeous night. And some people jumped on like, yeah, man, F yeah, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you had that like couple of weirdos that are like, I mean, the whole point is get drunk. I was like, no, it's not. I go, once you get our age, it's not.
I mean, if you're an alcoholic, then yes.
Yeah. So yeah. I see some X's going on the board. South Florida, Wisconsin, BYU.
Yeah.
And you've been watching a little basketball, a little bit more than you usually do.
So I didn't get to watch anything this morning. I was still out of town this morning. Got home. Gosh, I want to say I got home like around 2:30.
Yeah.
Then we got everything. I was like, as soon as we got home, I was like, we're unloading the car right now. Everyone's here. Let's all unload the car. We get the car unloaded. And I was like, I had to take a shower. And then I had to take the kiddo to go get a haircut. I promised her I'd take her to get a haircut. Did that. Come home, sit down for about 5 minutes and go get myself something to eat. Hit you up. I was like, hey, we doing this or not? And you're like, well, I was like, all right, hey, just hit me up whenever. And I was sitting here watching the VCU North Carolina game. That was the game that had just started. They were shooting 8% like the first quarter or something absurd like that. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then the Michigan game came on, and as a Michigan fan, I was like, all right, let's switch over. And so just finished watching the Michigan game. So I have seen one whole complete game of the tourney this year, which halfway to my total from last year.
There you go. Now, just real quick, TCU upsetted number 9 TCU upsetted number 8 Ohio State by 2 points.
Yes.
Nebraska did win against Troy. Louisville won against South Florida. High Point, the big upset of the day, I think, over number 5 Wisconsin. Actually, we had one more upset in there. Duke actually was on the ropes against Siena. Like Siena was right there. And I got the alert. I'm like, what? And so Duke survives. They're actually one of the 1 seed teams that lost in the first round a handful of years ago, and it made huge news, right? They lost. Right. It might have been Siena, but Vanderbilt, number 5, took on McNeese State, took care of business 78-62. Michigan State beat North Dakota State. Arkansas handled Hawaii. VCU upset number 11 versus number 6 UNC 82-78. So that's a big upset there. Michigan handled business against Howard, beat them by 21. Texas A&M beat St. Mary's.
I was
thought
going to
about
ask if
it
that
too.
game was final yet.
It's final 63-50. I thought about it earlier. I was like, man, I feel like A&M just can handle St. Mary's, but they did. And then Texas upset BYU 79-71. So you have some 11s over 6s, some 12s over 5s, some 10s over 7s. And then right now we were talking about the games that are about to tip. You have Penn, Illinois and Penn, number 3 versus 14 going on at 8:55. Actually, it already started. Georgia and St. Louis. I guess it's St. Louis. Yeah, I'll just call it that.
St. Louis. It's St. Louis.
They're about to go. Houston, number 2, going against 15. Idaho at 9:15. Gonzaga at taking on Kennesaw State at 9:20. And that'll do it for day 1. So yeah, man, crazy. You have like what, 4 upsets? Pretty dope.
Yeah. So I had Texas. I took Texas over BYU.
Nice.
I had A&M over St. Mary's.
Nice.
And I had TCU over Ohio State because fuck Ohio State.
I mean, I looked at it and that's the only one I was like looking at it, I go, why isn't it TCU? It should be TCU, right? And then I always pick the 12s over the 5s. I don't know why. It just seems like it worked that way. And then even more this year with the 7s over the 10 over 7s, the 11 over 6s. What a crazy day for day 1 of March Madness. Absolutely insane. So
I mean, I did have Wisconsin going to Sweet 16. That one hurts a little bit, you know. Yeah. In North Carolina, I had them going to Sweet 16 as well.
Oof. Yeah.
What can you do? You know, my Final Four is still there, and my finals are there.
That's all you have to worry about. I think when you're doing a bracket, you have to worry about your Final Four. Even say your Elite 8, your Final Four, and your champion. If they're alive, you should very much have a chance. You know, no time to panic.
Then I'm just telling you, there's a chance.
There's a chance.
And not to brag or anything, but I am currently in first place in the Strikeout Beer 1.
Nice.
1 point over Old School.
You're actually the only person that hasn't paid as well. So you will win $0. You know. $0. Now, tomorrow we do have some good games. I expect upsets as well. Obviously, Kentucky's playing Santa Clara. They're the first one to tip tomorrow at 11:15. I expect an upset there just because, you know, I'm a glutton for punishment. You know what I mean? I like feeling the pain. It does what it needs to do for me. I don't know how it works, but it works. But, you know, Akron over Texas Tech. You know, you could see something like a Hofstra over in Alabama. Obviously, Utah State over Villanova, even though I think Villanova is a blue blood. I don't see them really having too much of a problem. But, you know.
I got to give a shout out real quick because I had to pull it up to look. But a shout out to one Mr. Cuddles, Mr. Nicholas.
Snuggles.
He has an imperfect bracket right now.
He hasn't won one?
He has not picked one winner.
Hold on. Has he made any picks?
He made picks, yes. That's why I went to check that first. I was like, well, let me look. Actually, you know what? No, hold on. I lied.
He definitely picked Texas.
No, he did not make. No, he didn't make his picks.
Snuggles.
Because I looked and I was like, wait a minute. I see the names moved over and they're red, but then I was like, wait a minute. Why are all these ones blank? Yeah, no. He needs to. We hit him up and be like, hey, make the rest of your picks.
I think they lock. It's one of those things where they lock.
Well, as long as the game has been played yet, I think.
Okay. All right.
For the rest of the first round, I think.
He's like, I'm always down. But then he never, you know, that's the cool thing about him is he's always down, right? He wants to party, he's there, whatever. But then he won't make his picks. He won't do like, you know, especially when we do pick'ems and stuff like that. Oh, Nick. Oh, Nicky. Oh, buddy.
Oh, man. Yeah. I thought for a second, I was like, wait a minute, what? I was like, oh, wait, no, there we go. But yeah, so Wisconsin busted 60% by losing, busted 60% of the brackets out there. First game out of the gates.
Yeah.
Like, boom. And I was like, oh.
I don't, to be honest with you, I actually thought a lot about High Point anyways, because High Point's a pretty good little school and they shoot the lights out, right? I don't really trust, no offense, the Midwest teams and stuff like Wisconsin or Nebraska. I have no faith in those teams. I don't think they played anybody throughout the year, even though they are a relatively high seed.
I mean, they're Big Ten. Big Ten's usually pretty good.
I don't like Big Ten, and I don't believe they can play basketball in Big Ten. So
I mean, they can.
I'm just saying. I don't believe it. And now you're getting proof of it, right? They got rocked by High Point. I mean,
I
it
mean,
came
that's
down
just
to it came at 83, 82. I got it. I get that it was close, but I never once really believed it. Like when I was picking Wisconsin, I go, this isn't a game that I like. I don't
yeah.
like this game. And this, you can put me, you put them against anybody, and I still wouldn't be like, yeah, I just don't believe in this. I don't believe in
I don't believe in this. So as someone who today went out, you went to the Boomer Jacks, right? You're there chilling, hanging out with the missus. Did anybody come up to you and go, "How's your bracket?" Ask you about your bracket, tell you about their bracket, any of that?
I'm usually down for that kind of conversation. As much as I don't like people, this is my one out when I have to go to like a party. If I have to go to an occasion, a party, anything where it's like, something going on. This is how I get through like my wife's best friend's birthday every year. Because
Right.
I don't say anything. And then two, they're like, hey bud, how's fantasy? You know, what do you think about the draft? Everybody always asks me about the draft. What do you
Right.
think about who's going 101, who's going this, or what do you think about this player or whatever? And I'll have some input and I'll talk. Today, no, I went to the golf course. I was at one, like I said, we stayed up way too late. So by the time we get to we were running around town, we had to get some beer, some ice, a couple things to snack on. And then we head down to we went all the way down to Grand Prairie to play a little bit of golf.
Okay.
Nobody there asked me any questions about the bracket, even though I'm sitting there, I'm like watching the game, but I'm not like the bar. And then when I go to Boomer Jacks afterwards, Tits McGee's not asking me about that. She just wants to know if I want another beer. You know what I
Right.
mean? And she was, everything was on full display, right? Like I don't know what it is going on out there right now, but everything's up for public display.
She wasn't like, "You need a beer?" And you're like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah, Wisconsin, right?" Like,
Yeah. I didn't get asked. I didn't get. I did. This is the first time in a long time. Well, then again, this is a time that I'm here and not somewhere else, right? I'm known to
right.
be going like to Vegas or something like that, or somewhere where we're going to watch the games all day, and so a lot of casual conversations. And this time it was just like golf, and then to the bar for some dinner, and yeah, no one mentioned the bracket like ever. I think Justin asked me like once. He's like,
Okay.
and Tyler asked me a couple times. He goes, "Who you got going through this?" Because he copied my bracket last year and won his office pool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was like, there. He goes, "There's no way. If there's any chance, it's impossible. Whatever." And he was so excited because he ended up winning. And he was
Yeah.
like, "Who do you got this year? Send me screenshots." I'm like, "I'm not winning
So
this
so
year."
what you're saying is he works with a bunch of morons because
I
he won with
guess
their bracket, so
maybe homers. Homers are the worst. I mean, actually, they're not the worst. They're the easiest to get by because homers can't get out of their own way.
so I here's the thing, I have fun with my brackets, right? Now, I got Michigan winning it all. It's not it's not a stretch though. They're a number 1 seed, they're a top 3, you
They're a
know? I think they're
101
ranked
this year,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
I don't know if they were 101, but they were
I
they're
I
1 of 4, right?
I'm pretty sure
So,
they're I think they were the number 1 seed going into this year. I'm
okay.
pretty sure
Yeah,
they were because they were like 32-3. So
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's by no stretch of the imagination. They're a good team, you
You're
know?
not you're
Um,
not out of the depth this year. Usually you might be, and you are a homer, but this year
right?
you're like, you know what? They're pretty good.
You know what? And any year Michigan's in it, they got a puncher's chance, okay? I'm just saying.
Michigan
That
plays Kentucky. It's the best time ever.
oh, man.
That was
But I did go I went full Michigan final. I went Michigan State, which Michigan State is again, it's not an awful pick. I think they're a top 3 seed in their on theirs. So,
they're a 3 seed. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So it's not crazy, you know? But I was like, let's see an all Michigan final. Why not? Let me just put it out there. Let me put it into existence.
They were
Let's just see what
15-5 in their conference, along with Nebraska, along with Illinois. 27. They were 26 and 7 overall. So
yeah,
one behind Nebraska, 15-2 at home, 6-4 away. They're just not a good road team, right? They're just like, whatever. But you can, if you feel it, in your heart, it could happen, right?
yeah. I mean, just why not? Why
Yeah.
not? Yeah, I wouldn't say it was in my heart. It was just kind of like a, eh,
Who's the
why
guy that
not?
used to coach Michigan State?
Tom Izzo.
Izzo.
Is
I
Izzo
like
not there anymore?
I liked watching him. I think he's like
Izzo
a
was still
commentator or
there.
something like that. I don't think
Really?
he's doing that. Yeah.
Did I miss Tom Izzo retiring?
As much as I don't mind because I see him a lot, right? He's 71 years old. Is an American basketball coach who's been the head coach of Michigan. Oh, no, he's still there. So Izzo's still
Okay, I
there.
was about to say. Yeah.
He's a staple in college basketball. He really
Since
is.
1995, he's been the coach of Michigan State.
And even when you like watch all these early season things where there's like the State Farm Classic or the Hawaii Classic or whatever, they're usually there with Kentucky,
They're there.
Kansas, North Carolina, and whatnot. So you see a lot of Izzo, and I've never had a problem with him. I always thought he was a good coach. Never knew him about we never know him personally, but you just know of him, and you see him on the court, and he's doing his thing. But yeah, no,
He always has Michigan State competitive. They're always good. It's been 26 years since they won it all. They won it back in 2000.
It's tough to win it all.
Mateen Cleaves was the point guard of that team. Young me thought, I was like, Mateen Cleaves is getting ready to take over the league, man. And then, that's before you really start to kind of figure out that these college players, they're not the same.
You have to hope, but it just doesn't work out. So it is what it is. But I'm watching, loving it I'm loving every second. I hope I get a little bit tomorrow. Got to hit the course again tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
So there'll be a little break, and then tomorrow night locked in, Saturday locked in, Sunday locked in. I'm not missing anymore. And I do got to catch that Kentucky game at 11. So hopefully they don't get bounced in the first round. If they do, whatever. I was actually nervous about them making it. I was like, please, God, 8-pound, 9-ounce Jesus, let them in the tournament, because I didn't know anything else, Alan, to be honest with you. I mean, the first year they missed it, I was like, they can miss the tournament?
You're like, this is a thing?
I thought it was always like a thing, like where they could just always be there. And when I found out that they got into the NIT, I go, what the hell is it? I think I called my dad. I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, I don't know what's going on.
What's going on here?
And he's like, yeah, they suck. And I'm like,
did they change the name of the tournament?
Yeah, they like, and he's like, yeah, they changed it to the not what did he call it? The non-included tournament or so, whatever. He's always got some smart ass thing. But yeah, no, I big fan, love it. Love the upsets. The drama is awesome. If you're betting, I think the normal bet is to take the under in the first rounds. Yeah. Also take the first half unders. They hit like 60% of the time, and I think the game total, hits under like 55%. But I just didn't have time to make any bets this year. But I love it. Love this time of the year. It's great.
I mean, there's still time. There's still time.
Oh, you got tomorrow, baby. Hell yeah, you got tomorrow. But after the first round, I think the unders they weigh a little bit, right? So you don't really bet that. But everybody talks about how the first round, the first half unders and the unders game totals usually hit. So like 65% of the time or whatever it was. But love it. I'm glad it's back. I love March Madness, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I do have St. Louis taking out Georgia today, so we'll see. It's 6-2. So we'll see if they can keep up this pace. If they keep up this pace, it's going to be a blowout. A blowout. Oh, it's 8-2 now.
Oh boy.
Dude, oh, this is was it Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's team?
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. Milk Chamberlain. Larry Nerd. He's got a lot of nicknames, this guy.
Oh God. Anyways, cheers, bud. And cheers to the bracket. Cheers to you, and yours out there. Hope you guys have a fun, guys and gals, have a nice, fun little weekend with some college basketball. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, but hey, guys, thanks so much for watching. We appreciate you. We love you. As always, I'm Alan.
I'm RD.
Talk to you later. Deuces.